Welcome back. The program is Africa Today and is on NBC. We are touching now on Democratic Republic of Congo. UN is saying that they're going to sanction M23 rebels. They're going to impose sanctions against them and especially against the leaders, and also they will target those who violate the arms embargo in DRC. Will it change anything? And if they do really know where the rebels are, until now, why haven't they done anything about it?
Well, to start with, I think the way I see the entire scenario, in my opinion, the United Nations is not really serious about what they're saying. If you tell a child, don't do that, if you do it, I'm going to spank you, and the child does it again and you don't spank, what do you think is going to happen to the child?
It's okay for me to go ahead and do it, yeah.
So we see it all over the world. In this particular story, if you go deep down, you find a situation where at the end of the day, the United Nations is saying, not exactly okay, but they are saying to the rebels, please give us the opportunity, humanitarian services, let's reach those people that are affected in your group. Right. What kind of thing is that? I'm telling you, you can't do that. I'm still now coming back to beg you, please, can I? It's crazy. So, in my opinion, everybody has interest. You have to look at the interests of the M23. You have to look at the interests of Uganda. You have to look at the interests of Rwanda. They are protecting their Hutu folks. No, I'm sorry, they are not protecting. They want to fight back at those Hutu that, did all the havoc they had during the Rwanda years in the 90s. But then, something else is happening out there. And that is the fact that when you look at Congo itself and Rwanda, I think they call him the defense chief, who is reporting to the defense minister or secretary. This man is physically on ground as the #1 soldier for the Congo. I'm sorry, for the rebels against the Congo. In the meantime, today, I'm sorry, not today, maybe yesterday or the other day.
This week, yeah.
This week, they now are inducting Rwanda into the United Nations. And they're going to be representing Africa for the next 2 years. Why should that be happening now?
It beats the mind.
Yeah,
I understand it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, and that's the irony of the situation. I think that the UN is obviously taking an ambivalent position. They are here,
they've shot themselves in their own.
Yeah, I believe so. They are hot, they are cold. And it can be both. It can be one. Right? And I think that if the UN really wants to take any action, they just have to go ahead and do that instead of seeking permission to do that.
Yeah.
And that has been the problem.
One thing they have to remember also, not to cut you, is that day in and day out, people are losing their lives.
That is the major
problem. So whilst you're sitting back negotiating with these rebels that you know who they are and where they are, people are dying.
Yeah, people are dying. So I think that they need to take the action. But if you look at the case of Rwanda, for example, that was just elected this week, for me, that's
that's
some
crazy.
Kind of
you can negotiate when you need to negotiate because
of
course you're talking of a war zone.
Yeah,
you have to negotiate because you don't want to get killed, right? But there is a limit to what you need to negotiate. And then when you have an opportunity to punish those who have erred, don't hesitate. And are they being bribed with the induction into United to represent Africa for that matter?
That's the funny thing. And the most interesting part about this whole thing again is that the UN actually seems to react the most when its people are involved. Because there are peacekeepers who were killed. Which is why the UN is doing that. And remember, those sanctions that they want to impose on the people are actually non-binding sanctions. They are not binding.
So what's the point in it then?
What's the point in doing that? So I think that the UN needs to reconfigure its operations and do a much better job. They've been talking about diplomacy and all. I think it's the best thing we have at this point. But I think that the UN needs to be able to bite more instead of just becoming a paper tiger.
Exactly.
Doing nothing. Yeah.
Being a paper tiger. If you've just joined us, this is NBC and the program is Africa Today. We're taking a look at some of the critical issues affecting the African continent. I told someone that Africa is the most beautiful continent on the face of this earth. Of course, he didn't agree with me, but then with everything beautiful comes its own unique challenges. And it's only Africa who can handle those challenges. Am I right?
Yeah.
it's good to ask for help. So we're asking UN, World Health Organization, so many, World Bank and all that. By the end of the day, we have to take those challenges upon our shoulders and find a better way of solving them. You can also share your views on how to take Africa to a positive level. Go to our website, NBC, and please put your views there. And I promise you, we're telling the African leaders, listen, we are not just sitting here. We are watching you, and we are concerned about Mother Africa. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.